EOM Business Network. So much for one broadcast.
Hello everyone, it's another very beautiful day to you, and thank you very much for taking time to join us on yet another package of the EOM Business Network. Oh yes, the voice of corporate Nigeria. I am Olorogo Elkanah Mawari. Today on the program, as always, our focus is a look at the Nigerian economy, as we will be interfacing with select industry operators about their businesses, the operating environment, and other related issues. And so on Let's Talk, our focus is on JOKONS Fire Services Limited, one of the fastest growing firefighting solutions providers in Nigeria. On Spot On, we shall bring you a professor of geology, certified petroleum engineer, highly acclaimed aviation services management expert, goal-getting entrepreneur and industry captain, Chris Ndulue, who is the managing director and chief executive officer of CLEANSERVE Integrated Energy Solutions Limited, a frontline aviation support solutions provider in Nigeria, and one of the most distinguished CEOs to look out for in 2024. And on the face-to-face is a quintessential gentleman, experienced leadership professional, project management strategist, vision-driven entrepreneurial expert, and industry captain, Sonny Ehalume, who is the managing director and chief executive officer of Bridge Clinic, Nigeria's foremost ISO-certified IVF center, and indeed one of the most distinguished lifetime achievement awardees to look out for in 2024. It's a package you must see. Sit back as we bring you the details. Emeka Emetarom, a similarly young, highly experienced technology product development expert, astute entrepreneur and industry captain, is the co-founder and chief executive officer of QORE Technologies Limited, a notable financial services infrastructure firm in Nigeria and one of the most distinguished CEOs in 2024.
So at QORE, I think the best way to think about it is that we want to be able to deliver solutions that allow any financial services provider to deliver products to their own customers in the most automated, cost-effective way, right? At the core of it all, we've started with a core banking system, which is a fully fledged core banking system, full retail banking, and also with functionality that's even commercial bank specific that we are rolling out this year. We have digital self-service channels, so mobile banking applications easily customizable and deployable on the store, so customers can go there, download the app, open accounts for any financial institution that is signed onto the platform. Plus, that comes with internet banking as well. So mobile, internet banking, and USSD all bundled into one self-service channel, omni-channel solution, the way we call it, meaning once you're profiled one time, you have access to mobile, you have access to internet banking, you have access to USSD. Then we have an instant card issuance platform. Again, provision of instruments to allow for digital payments is critical to financial services delivery. So cards are huge in Nigeria, as you know. So we've been able to help banks to automate the process of issuance. Before now, the process of issuing a card took a customer 2 visits to the bank and probably a 2 to 3 week period if you're luckiest.
Jennifer Adebo, an elegant woman, certified chemist, purpose-driven entrepreneur and industry captain, is the managing director and chief executive officer of JOKONS Fire Services Limited, a fast-growing fire services solutions provider in Nigeria and one of the most distinguished CEOs to look up to in 2024.
It is basically to help our community. We try as much as possible to teach our community how to operate these safety products. Like an extinguisher is not like basic, you have to learn. So most times we try to go about tell people how to operate it, because you can have it but you can't use it. So that's one thing. We're able to, whenever there's fire, we're able to come out and at least, whether we're being paid or we're not being paid, the first thing is let the fire be out first. So we try as much as possible to, within our area, within our community, teach people, also provide services like go about in case of we see anywhere that, oh, you need an extinguisher here, just put one or something, or better still, just put it there, like just put one there, just so that in case, like in our environment, and like some signs to know that, okay, you need an extinguisher here, you can just put it there just to show that, okay, an extinguisher is necessary there. Tell people about what we do and just encourage people to invest in fire safety. It's not easy, but first of all, have passion for whatever you want to do. Me, I've always been someone that didn't just see making money as a goal for me. I wanted to enjoy making money. So I had struggle trying to figure out what I wanted to do as a person. So whenever you find something that you want to do, make sure it's something you're passionate about, because this life will just go. And people work so much and they don't enjoy what they do. For me, I really want to enjoy my life and enjoy what I do while I make money. So as a youth, I really want everybody to know how to be honest in what you do. Money should be a goal, but it should be secondary. It should be more of giving back to your community. One, try to be able to learn, unlearn, relearn, be creative. Whatever sector you're trying to get in, try to find a way in, your own way, stand out. Most importantly, stand out. Well, my first rule is be honest. Create more awareness on the importance of fire safety. Like I said, it's a natural hazard. So I feel like the government can at least make it important. I won't say enforce it, but make it mandatory, like, oh, you guys, so that it can reduce, we hearing there's fire here and it burnt down people's investments, people's cars. That way, importation would be less reduced, that people can afford it, let it be affordable, so we can be able to give out to even the low class average. Everyone will be able to have at least one tiny major, like fireball, just something to have in your house just in case of fire. Just makes you feel calm that whatever the case is, there's something there. So the government could be able to ensure such laws. That would be good. To be honest, we are praying to God that it is better, because honestly the economy is not making it easy. It is not making it very easy, but I feel like there is hope for business owners that are still there. Hi guys, my name is Jennifer and this is JOKONS Fire Services. So I just want to show you that this is a fireball. It is very easy to use. You throw it into the fire and it extinguishes itself. This is also an extinguisher. It's necessary to have it in your car, in your home, offices, warehouses, just to be able to prevent fire or control fire in case of any fire hazard. So this is a fire blanket, very easy to use. You should have one in your building. This is a control panel. This is a smoke detector. This is a heat detector. This is a manual call point. This is to notify people in case of fire. So basically, in case there's fire and you're around the building, if you notify people, there's going to be an alarm, which is this. This is a sounder. So it's able to show light in case of people that are deaf, and they'll be able to see that, oh, there is something going on in the building. So you can reach us on our social media at JOKONS Fire, and also call the numbers on your screen. Please contact us for any of your fire safety equipment.
Chris Ndulue, a professor of geology, certified petroleum engineer, highly acclaimed aviation services management professional, vision-driven entrepreneurial expert, and industry captain, is the managing director and chief executive officer of CLEANSERVE Integrated Energy Solutions Limited, a frontline aviation support solutions provider in Nigeria, and indeed one of the most distinguished CEOs to look out for in 2024.
Our service is primarily providing aviation fuel to the airlines. We're a mono-product company, so to speak. The process of diversification is something that we still have to deal with. But basically, we are focused on providing aviation fuel to the airlines. So the facilities we have in our offices here, we have a depot here in Lagos, we have in Abuja, in Port Harcourt, and Kano. So at those locations, we receive aviation fuel. We process them through our facilities, the depots that we have at the airports, and then we take it to the aircraft when they arrive. The aviation industry is not an easy one because it is cost intensive, it's labor intensive. There are so many things happening there. What many people point to is the cost of aviation fuel most of the time. That's the major cost anyway, but it's just one of the major costs. For some airlines, it might be the number one cost. But there are so many other issues in the aviation industry that are begging for solutions. And I think that we need to consciously make efforts to give support to the airlines and make sure that they're able to operate, even in this environment that we all describe as harsh.
We are called CLEANSERVE Integrated Energy Solutions Limited. We are a world-class energy marketing company positioned to provide in all aspects of aviation fuels. CLEANSERVE leverages on technology and automation unique web of leading aviation fuel experts and strategic partners to offer the industry a comprehensive set of solutions. At CLEANSERVE, we deliver high-quality, safe, and timely aviation fuels. CLEANSERVE Integrated Energy Solutions Limited. Clean energy at its best. Sonny Ekalume, a quintessential gentleman, experienced leadership professional, project management strategist, vision-driven entrepreneurial expert, and industry captain, is the managing director and chief executive officer of Bridge Clinic, Nigeria's foremost and ISO-certified IVF center, and indeed one of the most distinguished lifetime awardees for 2024.
Bridge Clinic is the first IVF-focused clinic in Nigeria. Bridge Clinic was founded in 1999, so this year we are 25 years. So we are celebrating our 25th anniversary this year. So we've been in the IVF business for the past 25 years. It was founded in 1999 by Dr. Richardson Ajayi, who is an obstetrician and gynecologist. We have 4 locations in Nigeria. That is in Ikeja here, in Port Harcourt, in Abuja, and also in Victoria Island. And recently, we opened an outlet in London. So we have Bridge Clinic London that opened last year. And we offer the gamut of fertility treatment, including IVF. The vision of Bridge Clinic is to be the leading fertility brand you trust. And we have achieved that over the past 25 years. And to lend credence to that is the fact that we have won the Nigerian Healthcare Excellence Award for 6 years running now that we've won that award. That lays credence to the fact that we are a leading fertility brand in Nigeria. That's our vision. Our mission is to complete families by delivering exceptional care safely and compassionately. And those two are important, safety and compassion. Okay? We don't only want to deliver care, we want it to be safe and we want to deliver it with compassion, because for couples trying to conceive, they are already going through a lot. And so there is a lot of emotional management, and that is what we offer at Brick Clinic. So when couples come in trying to conceive, they only don't get the treatment, but they also have counselors who attend to them to ensure their mental well-being. I would say we've done 100%. When people think of fertility clinic, when they think of IVF, maybe out of over 10, 8 people will think of Brick Clinic first. All right. And in terms of being able to deliver our services, despite the tough economic condition, we've been able to deliver our services the way the person who envisioned Brick Clinic wanted it to be. So we are doing excellently well as regards that. We are a fertility clinic, and we render IVF, which is in vitro fertilization for couples trying to conceive. We also provide intrauterine insemination. We do family balancing, and then we also do PGT, which is pre-implantation genetic testing. What that does is that, for couple, it helps eliminate genetic disease in children. So you have couples who are AS. What that means is that they are likely to have babies with SS, sickle cell disease. So pre-implantation genetic testing will ensure that such couples don't have sickle cell diseased children, because in the process of the IVF, the embryos that carry those sickle cell diseases will not be implanted into the woman. So we offer that service. We offer IVF, we offer IUI. We also offer social freezing. Some people may want to freeze their eggs or sperm to be used later on in life. And then we also offer tests for people to determine their fertility status. For couples, maybe they're about to get married or they're already married and they want to know their fertility status, they can come in and we'll run tests to determine what their fertility status is. We are the first ISO certified fertility clinic in Nigeria. And we're able to be so certified because of our quality management system. That is very unique. Our quality management system ensures, number 1, result, number 2, consistency, and number 3, safety. Okay, so for couples trying to conceive who come into Brick Clinic, they have the rest of mind that their treatment will be safe, and that they will be given the best chance at conception. And there's consistency in management of the patient, irrespective of who the doctor or the nurse is, because we have standard SOPs and quality management by which the clinic runs. Like I mentioned, we're ISO certified, and we are the first fertility clinic to be ISO certified. We are also the first fertility clinic to have babies through ICSI. And ICSI is intracytoplasmic sperm insemination. Okay. We're also the first fertility clinic to deliver babies through surgical sperm extraction. The first clinic in Nigeria to also achieve pregnancy through surrogacy. Right. And I also mentioned the NHA award, Nigeria Healthcare Excellence Award, that we have won for 6 years running now. Yeah, I think the way forward for the growth and development of healthcare sector in Nigeria is through public-private partnership. The government needs to invest more in healthcare. They are not doing enough, but again, the government cannot do it alone. They also need the private sector to come in, and the way to go is through that partnership so that we can have world-class hospitals, the standard that they also have in other parts of the world, and that will help curb medical tourism. Public-private partnership is the way to go to grow this sector. I think the industry has come a long way. Before now, there's a lot of misunderstanding and myth about IVF. When IVF first started, the name they were calling is test tube babies, as though IVF clinics make babies, manufacture babies. We don't manufacture babies. We only give couples a chance at conception. All right? And people need to understand that. I think things are changing now. People are more accepting of IVF treatment, unlike before, where people are not so much accepting of it. It's changing, and I think it will also still get better in terms of acceptance by the general public for IVF treatment. So with that, the industry is going to grow further. For two reasons: because people are more accepting of IVF treatment and they have a better understanding of it, and the fact that IVF babies are normal babies like every other person, and that's been proven over time. Okay, they are not something manufactured out of the lab. And also because generally around the world, fertility rate of the population is decreasing, all right, due to a lot of factors. And so what that means is that this sector will continue to grow because of those factors. I think it's a challenge, but I wouldn't say it's a major challenge, right? But infertility is a challenge in Nigeria because of these factors, our lifestyle, and also the sexual permissiveness in the society these days, and then people don't take the necessary precaution. For example, if somebody contracts an infection, a man or a woman contracts an infection and is not properly treated, that could lead to infertility. There is this misconception: when couples are trying to conceive, then it is the woman. A man can also have problem with their fertility. So it could be the man, it could be the woman, it could be both. You know that if couples are trying to conceive right now, by the way, we don't use that word barren, okay? It's derogatory. We say couples trying to conceive. If couples are trying to conceive, who goes for prayer meeting? It's the woman, not the man. So it's already assumed it's the woman that has the problem, but it's not true. So it may be the man. This test is recommended for couples who are newly married or about to get married, to assess their fertility status. And like I mentioned, infertility problem could be due to the male or the female. So it's good they come in as a couple, and then we'll run the test and know whether there are issues. So that test helps couples to determine their fertility status before they go into marriage or early on in marriage, or whether they belong in marriage and they are trying to conceive. They can come to do that test to know their fertility status. Yes, that is correct. Since its inception in 1999, our care has led to the delivery of over 3,000 babies and still counting. We are not just reading our figures. These figures are certified by Alexander Forbes, all right? And what that translates into, we produce one baby every 3 days. Our care in Brick Clinic has led to the delivery of over 3,000 babies. And we have them scattered all around the world, in Nigeria and various parts of the world. Early this year, our first set of twins celebrated their 24th birthday. Wow. Yeah. And they are based outside of Nigeria. And we have so many of them scattered in different parts of the world, and they are doing excellently well. living normal lives like every other person, because they are just like, it's just like this misconception before that women shouldn't be having babies by CS. There's nothing wrong with that. For women, if that is the best way for them to have their babies. Babies by CS are normal. The woman who delivers them by CS is normal. Nothing is wrong with that. So we have a partnership with a few foreign organizations, and one of them is Quality Austria, based in Austria, as you can deduce from the name. Quality Austria certifies our quality management system every year, and then they issue us the ISO certification, and that is very important for a fertility clinic because that assures consistency of results and quality in patient care. Like I also mentioned, we just opened Breed Clinic in London, and we have that partnership with our office in London, collaboration between the two countries to ensure that that the quality of service we provide is of international standard. Yes, some hold that position, but it's not correct, in the sense that, like I mentioned, we do not manufacture babies. Fertility clinics, IVF clinics don't manufacture babies. They only give couples a chance at conception. Okay, that is what ART or IVF is about. And my personal belief is that, looking at it from the religious perspective, there is nothing wrong with it. Okay, in the sense that if you have a headache, you seek treatment in a hospital. If you have cancer, you seek treatment. If you have ulcer, you seek treatment. So if you have infertility issue, you also seek treatment.
Special television report featuring ARKLAND Group, a frontline real estate development and management company in Nigeria. Watch out.
Your rating agencies. We're trying to get to a stage where we'll start.
Well, and this is where we bring down the curtains on today's package of the EOM Business Network. Thank you very much for spending your valued time with us. We hope it was worth your while. But just in case you missed out on any aspect of it, then you can come with us to any of our other social portals or feedback that you can see on the screen. Sincere gratitude to you, our sponsors, for your continued interest and support. Always remember, with you and us, we are champs. Oh yes, I remain Olorogo Elkanah Mowari. Please, let's do this again, same time, same channel next week. We'll trust you will join us.